Have you ever clicked on a tab only to find it reset when you return to the page? It's frustrating, right? If you've experienced this, you're in the right place. Today, we're going to tackle how to remember user selections in tab navigation. I totally understand how annoying it is when you click on a tab, dive into details, and then hit the back button, only to find yourself back at the first tab. You're not alone in this. Many users face this issue. Here's the specific situation we're addressing. One user asked, "How can I remember the last used tab when navigating back to the product page?" This is a common concern, and today we will explore how to solve it. So, what causes this issue? When you navigate away from a page, the browser often forgets your last selection. This can be frustrating, especially when you want to return to the same tab. But don't worry, we have a solution. And stay tuned. At the end of this video, I will share a simple code snippet that will help you remember the last tab selected, making your navigation seamless. To remember the last used tab when the user navigates back, the user can utilize the browser's local storage. This allows us to save the selected tab's identifier. Next, the user should retrieve the saved tab identifier from local storage when the product page loads. This will help in setting the correct tab as active. Now, the user needs to implement logic to activate the correct tab based on the retrieved identifier. This can be done by adding a class to the corresponding tab. Finally, the user should ensure that the local storage is cleared or updated appropriately when the user navigates away from the product page to avoid retaining stale data. Fun fact. Did you know that the first web browsers didn't even support tabs? We've come a long way, and now we can make them even smarter. Now let's look at the answers provided by other users. This user suggests a solution using sessions to remember the last selected tab. They recommend creating a session that stores the tab clicked by the user. This can be done using Ajax to send the selected tab to a PHP file for storage. Each time a tab is clicked, the session updates with the new selection. In the PHP file, the session is updated with the selected tab value. If a tab is clicked, it stores the value. If not, it does nothing. Finally, you can display the last selected tab on the page by checking the session value. To ensure the correct tab is highlighted when the page loads, additional JavaScript can be added to remove the current class from all tabs and apply it to the last selected tab stored in the session. Now let's shift our focus to a different response. An alternative approach suggests preserving the hash in the tab's href attribute. This allows the browser to track the user's progress through the tabs. By storing the hash value in the window.location.hash property, the back button can return the user to their last selected tab. Now let's see a response from a different user. An alternative solution provided by another user suggests assigning an ID to each tab. They recommend using jQuery to capture the click event on the tabs. When a tab is clicked, the ID of the selected tab is saved in a cookie. This cookie value can then be retrieved on the next visit to remember the user's last selection. Let's take a look at an answer from another user. An alternative solution provided by another user suggests utilizing the HTML5 history API. This approach allows you to manage the browser's history and can help in remembering the last selected tab when users navigate back to the product page. Here's the code snippet I promised. Use this to implement the tab memory feature. It's simple and effective. And there you have it. Now your users can return to the last selected tab effortlessly. If you found this helpful, hit the subscribe button for more tips, and don't forget to share your experiences in the comments.